stay. Said maybe if you asked me yesterday, I would handle this shit differently. Things are different, I'm a new me. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. So even if you're asking,
Good morning, guys. It's a beautiful day for a DIY. Who knows what I'm referencing there? Maybe if I had like a scrub cap, it would be a little easier for you to get, but if you know, leave it down in the comments. Anyway, I'm in a DIY mood. I'm feeling really good, and I want to complete a room refresh for Sawyer. I did one for Kinsley before the school year started, and you guys love that. We put some bookshelves in her room, set up her Lego display, rearranged her furniture in there, and just refreshed that space for the start of the school year. And probably the number one comment on that video was, are you going to do something for Sawyer? And yes, of course we were, and we have been, but there has been just some DIY portion that we needed to do that we haven't been able to find the time to do with all the other projects we've had going on lately. But today is that day. We're going to get it done. We're going to do a one-day Facebook Marketplace furniture flip. Okay, so who remembers this 3-drawer dresser that I found on Facebook Marketplace probably 2 years ago now for $10? It was refinished in this black color by the previous owners, which probably worked great for them, but it's just not the vibe for us. We have swapped out the hardware in it already for these ones that are kind of like a textured glass, and they look a little bit like flowers, but that was the only thing we did. We had this in Kinsley's room before until we got her a new furniture set. Then we moved it in here for Sawyer. It works great. It holds all of her clothes. She's only 5, so it holds all of her clothes in the first 2 drawer, all of her dress ups down here. The drawers work great. We just need to do something else with the color. I've asked you guys a few times what to do with it, but I never could decide. And then we also have this set of nightstands. I found this on Facebook Marketplace for $15 for the set, and they were previously refinished in this gray color, but it's got a failing finish. There's a lot of chips like this all over the place, a lot of little rings and water damage, so we're going to paint over them and kind of make it look like this is a 3-piece set. These have made their way around the house. They've been in Kinsley's room, they've been in mine and Derek's room, now they're making an appearance in Sawyer's room, and we think that this is going to work out great until she gets a little older and needs like a bigger full set. But anyway, as you can see here, this is what we're going to be using, Beyond Paint, and thank you so much to Beyond Paint for partnering with me on today's video. Okay, so who remembers, it's been almost a year ago now, and either late January, I think, is when we started the project, but you might have seen these videos through February and into March. I did a massive kitchen makeover for some friends of mine, and I say massive not just because it was a really big transformation, but also because they have a giant kitchen. It's so big, and we were doing so much in that space. We replaced and installed some new appliances. We ripped out their old countertops and then did a DIY butcher block, and we painted all of their cabinets, the island, the lowers, the uppers. I painted all of it, and I was dreading it when we were planning that makeover. I knew it would look beautiful in the end, but I was just dreading the work that goes into that because it's a lot. It can be very time consuming and really hard on your body, and so I just didn't want to do all of that, you know, all of the sanding, all of the priming, 2 to 3 coats of primer, 2 to 3 coats of paint, 2 to 3 coats of a top coat. It couldn't have sounded less appealing to me. So I started doing some research to figure out how I could make it easier on myself, and I came across Beyond Paint, and man, I'm so glad that I did. The big draw with Beyond Paint is that it is a almost no prep kind of paint. You don't have to do any sanding, you don't have to do any priming. The only prep work involved is that you have to completely clean and degrease the surface before you start painting it. You also don't have to use a paint sprayer to get a professional finish. The paint is self-leveling, so you'll get a smooth professional finish just by rolling it on, which is another draw because if you've ever cleaned out a paint sprayer, you know. It is horrible. And then it also dries to or cures to a durable finish, so you don't have to do a top coat even in high traffic areas. And that sounded like it was for me. So we went ahead and ordered 2 colors. We were doing a 2-tone kitchen. So the island and the lowers we did in this beautiful bright navy color. It is absolutely gorgeous. And the uppers, we went ahead with bright white. And we were going from a dark brown, nearly black wood stain to these bright light colors. And so I thought for sure, man, it's going to take us like 5 gallons of this paint. Nope. 2 to 3 coat coverage on all of that, going from nearly black to bright white. It was insane. We did let it cure for the amount of time you're supposed to. I think it's 7 days for like normal use and 30 days for like you can throw a baseball at it and it'll be fine. Not really. You shouldn't throw a baseball at your kitchen cabinets. I'm just being facetious. I'm just making a joke. But it is very, very durable. So it's been almost a year now. There's been no chipping, no scratches, nothing. The finish is perfect. It looks like the first day that I had done it. So when I was going to be flipping the furniture for Sawyer, I knew I was going to use Beyond Paint. We're going from that black of the dresser to a lighter color, and then also the gray of these nightstands that are already experiencing a failing finish. So I just knew that I wanted something that was going to last. It was going to look beautiful with minimal effort, and it wasn't going to get all banged up in a 5-year-old's bedroom. The only thing I couldn't figure out is what color I wanted to use. So they have 19 pre-mixed colors on the website, including some really fun metallic colors that I almost went for. And then they also, of course, have like the neutrals, the bright white, the off-whites, the beigey kind of colors, black if that's your vibe, browns, but then they have really fun colors too. So I picked 2 fun colors and 1 safe choice just in case. And I figured I don't have to decide by looking on the website. I can just swatch them here and then decide. And you can also custom mix colors or like mix some yourself. So that's an option as well. If I just need to tone down or brighten something that I already have, that is an option. But anyway, I ordered these 3 colors. This first one is called Nantucket, and this is a kind of blue-green tone. It's not really a deep blue or a navy blue, which are both colors on their website. It's a little bit more green, I feel like, and lighter. I knew for sure it would go in here. Sawyer's bedding is blue. Her like wallpaper on this window wall over here has a lot of blue and green in it. But then we also added in this rug recently that has a lot of teals and blues, and I thought maybe it would be too much to also have her furniture doing that. So we'll see. We're going to swatch it and see if it might be perfect and it might be an overload. So just in case it is, I also chose Buttercream. This one is a really pretty yellow frosting-like color, which if you know Sawyer, this would be perfect for Sawyer. And so maybe this is going to be it. It's lighter, but it would still go with kind of the mustards and yellows that she has accenting this space, and this might end up being what's absolutely perfect to bring it together. But then just in case both of those are too bold, I also got an off-white, and this is my safe bet. It's just an off-white color, so it won't blend in with the bright white of her wainscoting on her wall. It'll still stand out, but it won't make itself into a spectacle, if you know what I mean. And if I don't end up using this in here, I will use it in a future DIY project, so stay tuned from that. Okay, so typically to paint on Beyond Paint, you would use this paint kit here. It has a little foam roller in it, and then also a chip brush for all of the like nitty-gritty areas. I'll show you how to use this and the recommended technique when we're actually like painting the whole things. But just to do the swatches, I have this foam brush from my kids' craft trays. So I'm just going to swatch all of the colors on top of this one nightstand, let them dry down to see what they look like, and then we will decide together what we think is going to look right. Well, I think I'm going to speak for all of us because by the time you see this, I will have decided. But I'm sure that I'll choose the one that you guys would have chosen as well. I feel like we're all pretty much on the same wavelength most of the time with these projects. So I'm just wiping this down really, really well with a multi-surface spray that I love and a microfiber cloth. Beyond Paint does recommend specifically something like Simple Green, which is a really good degreasing surface cleaner. I just don't currently have any of that. But this is going to work just as well. I've used this before with Beyond Paint products. So really any multi-surface spray that you love and you know works well and will get all of that dust, debris, any built on anything, and just degrease the surface is what you're going to need. And then I'm going to go ahead and open all of these and start swatching them for you guys.
You told me there'd be better days, and nothing that can pull us under. You wanna take the pain away, but know that I was born as a fighter. We fade, but we're better than that. We're better than that. I know you know, so why are we holding on, holding on? Yeah, seems like we're back on stop but go. I go red and you go left before it turns to red. It's true. Yeah, I hope that we could work it out. We'll never be enough for you, no shed a tear or two.
Okay, so here are all three swatches. On the left side we have Nantucket, in the middle we have Buttercream, and on the right we have Off-White. So what do you think we should choose? Let me give you this kind of view of the room. So you can see the wallpaper over here with the blue and green, her bedding with the blue and green, and then her rug with the blues and teals. Would that Nantucket color be too much, or would it be exactly perfect? I also really like this Buttercream because she's got this mustard placemat up here in this kind of accent wall, and then also in her donut stool she's got this kind of yellowish color, so that Buttercream might complement and bring out those tones really nicely. There are also some subtle kind of orangey yellow tones here, and that's a really nice complement. Or should we play it safe and do the Off-White? Let me just show you guys this view. What do you think? Okay, so if I'm really thinking about it, I like the blue a lot, that Nantucket color, but I think I might want to lighten it just a little bit to match more of this really light kind of teal blue color in Sawyer's rug. That way there's still that light dark contrast between her bedding and the furniture, but it's not, you know, boring white. I also really love the Buttercream and thought about mixing that with the Off-White color to create a more pale yellow color, and I am deciding against it just because the lamps that she has on her nightstand are a gold color, and the wood tone of her bed frame is pretty like orangey yellow, and then she's got this wallpaper in her closet, which is where we keep her dresser, and it is like a peachy color and then gold accents going through it. And so I thought, as much as it would definitely accent the donut stool and the mustard and the orange and the rug, I think it's fine to leave those as the accents and not introduce another tone of yellow. So I'll be saving that for a future project, and I think we're just going to custom mix something with Nantucket and Off-White. But first, I have to clean these pieces really well.
There are other ways and
I've got my paint kit here, and this comes with everything you need to be able to paint any project with Beyond Paint. So they've got a little tray here for your roller, a 3/8 inch nap 4-inch roller, I think this is, and then also a chip brush for in all of the little crevices. And the way that you do this is you use the roller to roll on all of the smooth surfaces, and then you use this chip brush for all of the little crevices, like in here along the seam, or if you had any kind of texture or design or accents on the wood, then it would be in all of the seams there. And you don't swipe, you just stipple. And then because this paint is self-leveling, it will level itself down to a smooth, perfect, professional finish if you use those two techniques that are recommended by Beyond Paint. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this in the little tray here. Now usually you would not need to stir this paint at all, but I do have a paint stirrer because I'm going to be mixing, and I just want to lighten this Nantucket color a little. So I'm going to go ahead and pour a good amount in here. This should be able to get me through all this. So I'm going to pour in the Nantucket and then the off-white. And when you open this, don't be alarmed. It's going to be almost like a pudding consistency, and it's supposed to be that way. That is part of what makes this so great and gives you that professional finish. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this in to lighten the Nantucket to the shade that I'm looking for, and then we're going to start rolling it on.
There is only one of you, only one of me. There's a million of those who won't let us be, but they're not gonna see me bleed, 'cause baby I got you. I've been beaten to the ground, dragged across the dirt. I've been scared to live 'cause some people never learn, but they're not gonna watch me burn, 'cause baby I got you. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's the dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try but they can never take me down. Ooh, 'cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. They always bring all the lonely, but with you here nothing can scare me. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I will tell them what I'm feeling forevermore. I don't care about the feelings, not anymore. So let's show them that love is pure, no matter who it's for. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's the dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try but they can never take me down. Take me down. 'Cause it's 100 degrees, burns under my feet. Won't you have a drink with me? We head into town, see what it's about. Barely need a shirt, though the sun has almost set. Make the most of it, I know we will dance and sing. There's a heat wave, there's a heat wave rolling in. There's a heat wave, yeah. There's a party in the streets and the city's on fire.
Okay, so I just finished up the first coat on all three pieces back here. This one is the most dry, and you can really see the color coming out there. I feel like when I painted it on, it looked very close to that gray of the nightstands, but as it dries, you can really see that Nantucket coming through, and it is just absolutely beautiful. You do have to wait 2 to 4 hours in between coats, and it's been about 45 minutes to an hour since I first started painting this. So I'm gonna grab some lunch and then I'll come back to do the second coat. And I just wanted to address, because I know you guys are going to have some questions about it, why I'm painting inside. It's actually a very windy, pretty cold day outside, and cold weather is never good for painting. We don't have a garage or any kind of enclosed space outside, so I didn't want to risk dirt and grass and things being blown into the wet paint, and I didn't want to compromise the dry time. So I've just cracked some windows in here, and I'm going to turn on the fan while this is drying in between coats. Beyond Paint has really low VOCs to begin with, so there's almost no odor anyway, so I'm just not really worried about it. Of course, if you are, you could always put on a respirator, a mask, or something like that, but this paint is really not smelly at all, so I'm not worried too much. Just gonna crack a window, put on the fan, that will be enough. I just wanted to protect the integrity of the pieces as I was painting them. So that's why we are painting inside today. But anyway, I'm just going to let this dry for a minute, go get some lunch, and then come back and do coat number 2. Okay, this first coat is dry to the touch. It's been about 2 hours since I first painted it. And now we are going to start on the second coat and watch this all come together. It looks so perfect. it is the next day. I wanted to let this paint dry overnight just to make sure that it would start to cure and be all nice and dry for Sawyer. And how pretty is this color in comparison with the rug? It's just so beautiful. This is a high traffic area for a 5-year-old, so just wanted to make sure this was going to pass the scratch test, and it does. They're looking gorgeous. I feel like this is really going to complete all of the changes to her room, and if you know Sawyer, this is absolutely her personality. So I'm really happy with this mixture here of the Nantucket and the off-white. So now all that's left to do is put the hardware back on the drawers, put all of her clothes back in there, swap out her existing nightstands, and just get everything put back in order. Okay, this actually turned out even better than I could have imagined. Like, looking at everything in place, the custom color we were able to mix, and just the tone of it, how it's working in this space, it's giving off Anthropologie vibes, which is a total score. They look very upscale, designer, and such a trendy aesthetic. Definitely Sawyer's aesthetic for sure. And you would never know by looking at these pieces that we scored them for a total of $25 for all 3 pieces off of Facebook Marketplace, and did a 1-day, 1-step flip using Beyond Paint. You would never know. I'm so excited to show you how they all turned out, but before I get to that, I just wanted to remind you to check out my description box. You can find a link to the Beyond Paint website and order samples, order some colors for yourself for whatever DIY project you have coming up, whether you're flipping furniture for your own home, for profit, working on a kitchen or a bathroom vanity makeover. This is a tried and true product for me at this point, and I highly recommend if you are looking to cut out time, stress, and money from any DIY projects you have coming up. You really can't beat a 1-day, 1-step product. So anyway, thank you again to Beyond Paint for partnering with me and sponsoring today's video and creating such a super stellar product for me and all of my viewers to use in our DIY projects. And thank you so much to you guys for choosing to spend your time here with me today and just hanging out while we do this Facebook Marketplace furniture flip. If you did enjoy today's video and feel inspired or motivated by it, then go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That always helps my channel and my videos so much. Go ahead and subscribe if you aren't already. I'd love to have you join my little YouTube family and keep up with any future DIY projects that we're working on. But without further ado, let me show you the after shots.
Tell me something I haven't heard before. 'Cause I'm restless and I'm dying to know more. Show me something I haven't seen before. 'Cause I'm tired of the same boats, the same shore.